what they said. You're welcome on Love Fire Network. Africa Maria here with my colleague
INNOSSETU.
from Kampala, Uganda. Good evening. Welcome back from the weekend. Today is a Monday, of course, and I guess some of you are already preparing for work. Others are still home. Others are driving. Others at work. Yeah, it depends where you are. And in Africa, some people are just trying to retire to bed, whereas others are having dinner. And yeah, for those who love Black of Fire Network, you're doing whatever you're doing while you're watching BH. NF. And yes, thank you once again for, of course, watching our live. And today's topic is about assassination of Africa's leaders. And it's not something new, yo. So apparently, a lot have been going on throughout Africa's history and the present as well. So in Africa, we usually say, and we usually have a belief that if you do not decide to be a puppet, you end up being murdered by those who run the Africa's political system. You guys are finally back. We have always, when were we not back? As well, 2020.
I think it was Friday.
Okay.
I think it was. I think we were lost. I think it was Friday. Yeah. Thursday we are here. Friday not here. Monday we were not here last month. I think, but finally we are here, Keith. You know, yeah, power. Like I used to ask myself this: if at all, if at all, we can sell electricity, like we can export electricity in Uganda, but we still have problems of electricity and power and lights. Yeah, even the bills are too big. If like you buy electricity, you will find out that
Mm-hmm.
you will find out you buy electricity and they give you very small units. See what I mean? They give you small units. You get it? So it doesn't make any sense. But finally, we are here. But no, but is it because of the Christmas season?
That we have in prison, whatever. No, basically, I think let's not talk about that shit now. Whatever. So the good thing we are here and anyway, um, you know, a lot has been going on throughout Africa's history and at present to the point that we have a lot of African leaders who would really want to take Africa to the next level. But again, everyone is like so scared because they know the moment they start, oops.
Please stop.
Sorry. The moment,
It's okay.
the moment they decide to take Africa. I was telling you that thing is going to. I told my God, don't mind it to get. I'm going to go over to my sorry, okay? So, um, taking Africa to the next level, they know they're going to be a target of assassination, they're going to be a target of extermination for those people who do not want to support Africa positively. And we have had a lot of people working in the behind scene. They are trying to groom, and they're trying to groom, leaders, African leaders, young leaders, but there are always people who want to stay behind the curtains because of fear of being eliminated or assassinated. Um, Africa's leadership comes with that life-threatening threat.
Mm.
But of course, we remember Malcolm X said that freedom comes with
The price
the
of freedom.
price of.
The price of freedom is there.
Mhm. Like Malcolm X says that the price of freedom is death.
Mm.
So apparently, I think Africa has sacrificed a lot.
Mm.
Unfortunately,
Mm.
it has sacrificed a lot, but not it has not gained its freedom. We have a lot of dictators on Africa's leadership structures. We have got people who have been in power for a very long time.
Mm.
You can live for as long as you serve those people who want to, of course, to make you a puppet. But the moment you decide that you're going to work for Africa and the Africans, that means your life is not guaranteed. And that's why we have a lot of people being, assassinated, being killed. Others are being given, drugs. Others have been poisoned. Others have been directly shot dead by other puppets, of course, who are working for those people. But the story still runs. This has never ended, and as it was in history, it still happens even in the present. That we've had a lot of good African people dying, and I know they know this. They know this is something they have to sacrifice. And that's why we have a lot of people who are ready to stand in, but they are afraid. Somebody say, I'm not gonna die and leave my children. I'm not gonna die and leave my people. At the end of the day,
Mm.
we see a lot of people saying that we know what is going on, but we cannot, lay our lives for that particular cause. I think which still remains as a threat to all of those who want to willingly support and stand for Africa. Most of them are so scared to lose their life.
Mm.
Okay.
But they were actually-
Mm.
So, eh? Oh, no, no.
Okay.
So when we talk about assassinations in African countries, oops, okay. When we talk about I'm listening, I joke you related. When we talk about assassinations in African countries, assassinating African leaders, this thing is general to every leader, not only the presidents.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and these assassinations that are caused by the greediness by the Western powers
Mm.
over the resources in
Mm.
Africa.
Mm.
Because these people, they don't assassinate, their assassinations does not depend on which president, no matter how good or bad that president is for that particular country.
Mm.
As long as their game, as long as the game they are playing, they are seeing it works out with that, with eliminating that person, they will die with that person
Mm.
in a, in in order to to reach their goals, in order to take minerals from Africa, in order to control Africa in whichever way possible. Stay together.
Mm.
So very many African leaders we have seen, starting with local influential political leaders in African countries being assassinated, being killed on the orders of foreigners, on the orders of the Bazungus. And most of these people, they are people who have not even traveled to those European countries, but who are those people that link them up to those people? These are the African leaders. These are the presidents in African. These, because of course they will tell you that we want to preserve. We want to protect your you stay in power in that particular country. So whoever is against your power must be killed by these people.
Mm.
These people will not come directly. You see Bazungus coming like killing someone.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm. Mm.
So you won't see a Muzungu carrying guns on their backs to kill Africans directly. These people will kill people in Africa, will assassinate people in Africa by supporting those people that are going to assassinate.
Mm-mm.
I was watching a clip of Idi Amin during that time when they tried to assassinate him.
Mm.
They captured those mercenaries, those assassinators. They captured them. Amin captured them. He was giving an interview on TV and was saying that I know he was like I know they had a conference with
Mm.
other African countries. The guy said, I know what I'm going to say is not like you, you're not going to like what I'm going to say.
Mm.
But the people I got who wanted to assassinate me, these are people that have been funded by the USA and the British to kill me.
Mm.
And they weren't going to kill me only. They were planning by then a president of Guinea,
Mm.
Benin, and there is another country he talked about. Idi
Mm.
Amin,
Mm.
after interrogating these people,
Mm. They told me.
yeah, he's the same guy who said that if you don't deal with these people, uh, they can use, first of all, press.
Mm.
They use press to make people aware, to make the world, even the people in that particular country, like for example, Uganda, to make people think the president is bad.
Mm.
So they will
Character
watch
assassination.
again. So they will assassinate the person when the people have when
They
it
are
is
tired. No one is going to.
to care
Like I
about
always
it.
said,
Hey,
we have
mm,
even had that, that situation where they first give you a picture, a
mhm,
negative picture of a
mhm.
particular country, so
Yeah.
that everybody will be,
Somebody, yeah.
like we the Africans, more especially
Mm,
the people in that geographical area,
mm,
know better what is going on
mm,
with their country. But some people who have even never been to that country feel pain more than even the people in that country.
mm,
There is too much of emotional blackmail within the politics and
mm,
that.
mm,
Well, and actually, media has done that. And
mm,
usually, when you see the mainstream focusing on a particular country, with the, of course, showing that that dark side, because
mm,
if you look at Africa, we are all experiencing almost the same things. It's
mm,
the same story
mm,
everywhere in Africa. But if you look at the mainstream focusing on a particular country and is trying to project particular
mm,
situations in a country, because I don't think it is always 100% bad like it
mm,
is. There is always an agenda behind. There is always a reason why they are doing that. And yes, I do agree with what you're saying. And so that at the end, when they are coming to carry out their assassinations,
nobody will
everybody
care.
will be like, yeah. So
People
they
want,
killed that
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Do you know what he was doing?
Mm,
So that at the end,
no,
somebody will
mm,
praise America
mm.
for doing it.
The way and to the extent which the Wazungus are bad. Yes, over the weekend I was traveling to my
Mm,
area. I passed via
mm,
Equator part. But at the same time, there is an incident I watched on TikTok.
mm,
There was a German Muzungu, a German guy.
mm,
The guy was like talking about Equator.
mm,
He was talking about Equator, or he even like showed some features that are around the place.
mm.
There is a certain house, like he presented in the or it was kind of documentary about fucking what, but that house is not there.
I know, and I've ever passed on the equator usually.
The house I saw in the clip, it is not on the equator. I was like, I looked with my keen eye to look around to check for the house that is like it is shown on internet, that is trending on social media. The German guy was showing about the equator. The house is not there.
What was the house about?
No, there is that house that is there. It has a cafe. It has something, but they're showing a different thing.
Is it
Normally,
Uber?
whenever Baguzungus go there, they drink tea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
most of
the cafe area. That
yeah,
one that is painted green.
yeah,
Is it that greenhouse?
yeah. Nowadays it's red, something red.
They put red, yellow,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
green
yeah,
on it.
yeah. But the structure of the house the Muzungu showed in the clip,
Yeah, didn't
it, it is not even there. besides being bad, it is not even that. So these people, they create their own content according to
Yeah, a lot
their
of thought.
beliefs. Yeah. Besides that, if we go back to 2011, what happened in Libya, how they assassinated the president of Libya by then, they first created a bad impression
Mm.
among all other African countries and all Libyans that were in Libya. So, because the media showed something different about Libya and Gaddafi,
Mm.
Gaddafi was painted black, was painted not black. Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't painted. He was painted like a bad person.
Mm.
He was painted like someone who killed people. But we shouldn't forget people in Libya. These are people that enjoyed free residentials.
Mm.
These are the people that enjoyed free education,
Services.
everything.
And when
Most of
we
the
talk
things were
about free
free.
education, it was education. Forget
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chupul.
In actually, it was Libya that is one of the African countries where, like, by then there were few scholars that were outside the country when they are Libyans.
Mm.
They all had studies within Libya. People
Mm.
enjoyed free hospitals, free health services when the guy was still there. But the media could polish like the guy was used to kill people. The guy was so after that impression, the media's created. How after that impression, these people create.
They went ahead and
Hey,
murdered
yeah, even after
everywhere.
killing you, people won't feel that massness. People won't feel
Mm.
that sympathy for that particular president.
Until after
Yeah,
some people told them the truth.
yes, yeah. And we know a lot is going on in Libya right about now because it is divided into three parts. Each part is having a government. It is having a government with a president. And these people are like they are exploiting resources as they want. No one beats their back. Yeah.
Hi family, Jib Jabba, thank you for coming. It's a copy and paste in all African countries, Maria and Setu. There are no African leaders in Africa, only puppets.
This is true. Soko
What's
ingedeko
up, Joby?
in
Yeah, true, true. That's it. We have some leaders, but most of them are afraid. Either they are killed by these puppets, yeah, who don't want to let go, or they are also murdered by, the bazunguzi. Scrolling again, and they come on. No one is broadcasting info. Scroll down. No one is broadcasting info on Congo,
Yeah.
Yemen, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. This because for now they are with the Congo. They already have Congo, so they cannot broadcast anything about Congo. They don't want to talk about anything about it because they already have it, at hand. They usually broadcast something when they have, there is always a reason why. That's why there is always a reason why they pretend like they feel sympathy, empathy, sorry. Like, that stage is usually comes with that blackmail, usually comes with a hypocrisy. They always do things for their own benefit. So if they're not going to benefit anything from Sri Lanka, they don't care about Sri Lanka. If they don't want, they're not going to benefit anything from Yemen. They don't really care. If they already have Yemen, the five fingers, they don't care because they already have Yemen. So these guys always, unless they want to intrude in an area, they're not going to let the world know what's going on. Yeah, I think that was
So,
no complaints key. That is up here. It hasn't snowed yet.
so,
Go
um,
ahead.
mm, so apparently, Keith recently he was talking about like the Israel refugees
Mm.
that was to be brought to Uganda.
Ha.
Like formally before like Israel, refugees were taken to Palestine. They were to be taken to Uganda. Now the Ugandan is by now we will be looking for where to go because of course we know the supporters of these people. Yeah.
And by the way, near where we stay,
Mm,
we
mm,
like that route we take when we are going to school.
mm.
That temple is for the Israelites.
The Baha'i.
Hmm. We are close to Israel.
Mm,
It sits. By the way, we shall go there one day. I think we shall get time like when we are done with papers. That place is on a very huge piece of land, very big piece of land, and the security.
mm,
And at times, by the way, they even train
mm,
some soldiers from there. The place is big. Even when we stand here at the door, you still see their temple.
mm,
So, but you can go there whether you want to tour or stuff. They don't stop people from entering. But I'm not sure if they do allow cameras over there because we had people come. Last time we were passing and we saw the buses.
mm,
You saw the buses from some high schools,
mm,
and you were like, "Why are these buses in here?"
mm,
Yeah. So I guess they come to tour the place. So it belongs to the Israelites. Actually, in a very silent way,
mm,
apparently Israelites have a strong touch in Uganda. And by the way, people don't know about this
mm,
because their temples are not only in that particular place. And usually, when they have those temples, or when they buy land,
mm,
they buy it at a very, very, very large scale,
mm.
at a very big piece. That land is in a
Yeah,
kilometer.
it is big. I
It is
know.
in a kilometer something because
Mm,
it slopes down the other side. It still goes wherever we go. That route we usually use is just a small part we see,
mm,
but that land is big. And the same thing, they still have the same in Fort Portal. It's like they occupy the entire mountain. And actually, usually people don't know that there is too much of involvement of
mm,
Israelites.
mm,
In some East Africa, they're always silent. They are silent about it. They're not so shouting. So
mm,
the world doesn't know that they are silently possessing, some areas and their security. One thing I learned about those two is even when you reach that place, the security is so strong. And
mm,
usually the people they use, they're young children at that door. When you're going inside there, you'll find young children. They're the ones who give you those cards. They'll start teaching you about the Israel shit. Now, these are young Ugandan children. Bebukusomesa. So I think they're not so much over involved with the Abantu Abakulu, whatever it is, but yeah. Anyway, so um, apparently Africa is like a chosen land, even if most people will deny the fact about this. Because I think it is the only land that is favorable for human beings. Apart from all the things that, of course, are going on, the political insecurities and stuff. Imagine if Africa had developed the way it's supposed to. Imagine if we did not have all these things that are suppressing us. Would you wish to be somewhere else? Would you wish? Where would you wish to be? Nga buli kimu okiyina kyeweegomba America kyeweegombawa nga kiruma. Where would you wish to be?
yeah.
Nze mukwano natambulako naye pu.
Mm,
When I traveled, like when you leave Africa,
mm,
everything changes.
mm,
I don't know whether it's about me, but I know it's not about me because
mm,
even my brothers say the same.
mm,
Everything changes, the taste of everything. Except that one thing,
mm,
one thing I noticed now, let me tell you this funny thing. My brother, by the way, we had a traditional wedding. Obviously, my elder brother was marrying, so we had a busy week throughout. Yeah, guys, yeah. So don't worry. But it was over the weekend. So it was not the week. One. So when I came back, when I came back to Uganda, it was like at this time you see the lights, the way it is lighting now. I could usually forget like the lights are on because the lights here were not like so bright. So I told my mom like, so you guys have refused to switch on the bulbs, and she said, "Shut up! What are you talking about? You mean you cannot see that the lights that the lights?" All right. I felt ashamed, like I knew they did not understand what I was talking about. So recently I asked my brother because I felt bad about the fact that probably they thought maybe I'm saying she because I've not been in Uganda. Crap. I felt so small, but so I asked my brother, now that you've come, how do you see like the lighting is? Did I forget? Sometimes I'm like, Chiche. And he said
Your
that
brother,
sometimes
your brother said the cake was nasty and he didn't like it. That's what he said, Maria. He was trying to be nice to whoever made it.
my brother said at times like, hey, I feel like the bulbs are not on.
How you guys doing today?
We are good.
Tell
Yeah.
tell oh yeah, Maria. Check your phone. I paid you about a couple hours ago, so let you know. Should be on there.
Mm.
So make sure. Well, you can do it when you get. You can do it when you get done. You got to do now. Just give me a heads up. Just give me your heads up. That's all.
All right.
46.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. 62 and
Thank you, Keith.
846. Yes, ma'am. 63.
Don't say that.
Hey.
One thing that doesn't change is Muzungu behavior. It's universal. This is Ajijaba. So when I traveled, it took me time to, feed in, first of all, getting used to the fact that when you're moving, your business, nobody cares whether you're falling down. I realize whether you don't say hi, it is okay. In Africa, you don't move and don't say hi to people. Got you. What the fuck? You don't say hi to somebody when they come Christians and out in Uganda. They will come like you cannot
That's
say. Why you
that's
not
all,
saying hi?
that's all of Africa. Africans are very polite. Not just Uganda. See, that's what you guys got to understand. Remember, those borders are artificial. You guys are the same. The borders are artificial. You're the same people. So when you go to Africa, African people are super polite. You're like, that's why they think. That's why they take advantage. The rest of the world takes advantage of Africans. You're very polite and welcoming, loving. And the rest of the world's not like that. Rest of the world's not loving and inviting. They think that as weakness, right? You go to Uganda, you're treated with love and respect. Kenya, love and respect. Malawi, Zimbabwe, Ghana. No matter where you go, you're treated. Except maybe the South Africans are a little different. They're a little xenophobic. Hey, what you niggas doing here?
I was but it took me time because I realized even when I said hi, hello, morning, some people would not reply. They don't have that time. I would just say I was like, why am I doing this when people are not like replying? So I was used to the fact that each time, no matter who passes by, you say hello. So I started doing that. It took me time for me to know that it doesn't matter to these people. So it took me time not to stop saying hi.
Oh,
So it
that must have been when you was in Europe. Yeah, they didn't want to say hi to you, Negro girl.
I
But
saw.
one time, my sister, my big sis, when she had just started working somewhere at the company I was working from, and whenever like at the first week, like the company had over like 50 employees,
Mm.
the girl used like to kneel to everyone he sees.
And greeting.
Yeah,
You
greeting.
get tired.
When he came back home, my mom was like, "Hey, go to greet the people, all those people every day, 50 people every day."
Me, I had that challenge, by the way, and at times I felt like they were like tired of the fact that I kept doing that, and
Mm.
it was just a natural thing because in Africa it's a normal thing for you to do that. So I knew that. Then too, when it came to buying food in grocery in the stores, because all the food they had wasn't like good, because like for us if we go to buy stuff in the stores,
Which lines?
Jibjaba is saying that in America, if you say hi to a brother, he may wanna fight you. Sometimes. Somebody may say, "Why? What is she? Why do you greet me?"
My sister used like to kneel to everyone at work. The company had by then over. I was still young. It had over 50 workers. She used to come when she comes back at home and she was like, I greet everyone. I told her I went to greet those people every day. You are about mood,
Ng'amubuuza.
kneeling down to greet.
Naye nti buli bwamulaba naye tebaggwayo bonna ataano.
Hmm?
Me that I had that challenge because like for us if we go to buy stuff, you touch it now. You don't say I want tomatoes and somebody just packs for you the tomatoes.
You have
When we
touch
go
to
to buy
feel.
stuff, you touch the tomato.
Mm.
You even smell on the fucking tomato.
Mm.
Because when you smell on it, you get to know
Mm.
that tomato, is it fresh inside? How long may it take? Stuff like that. But you cannot smell on a tomato. You second, but in Africa it's a normal thing. I know I cannot buy an avocado which is not ready because I will touch it and I know as much as it is raw. Someone may not know, but when I used to go in the stores, in the grocery stores, I would touch because I want to touch it. I mean, Africans have to touch everything. Are your eyes in your hands like you want to touch so that you see stuff like that all the time? But this is how we see things. So if I take the avocado and shake it a little on my ears, I get to know this avocado is it is mature enough to ripen and taste sweet. I will even smell on it. And then I know, okay, I will eat this tomato, I eat this avocado after 2 days. I know it will be ready.
And
So
in Africans, we are funny. Africans are not funny, but maybe it is in our bringing up.
hmm,
Like if some, like for example, for me, I always see my mom when she goes like to the market to do what. Like whenever she goes there, she has to get that deep conversation. They even leave the essence of buying. They leave the tomato thing. Like she went to buy tomatoes.
she has gone to
They
a
go back.
friend. Even a
Not
stranger.
even a friend.
Me, I
She
usually
go
leave my
as
mom
far. She
behind.
go as far as asking her where they grow those tomatoes, where they get them from. So, and I think.
And someone will start telling you that just like it even rained, the roads were so bad
Mm,
that even the tomatoes had to pour. I had brought 2 boxes, now I have one.
mm,
And that's why I'm saying it's a little bit expensive because I incurred a loss as I was coming and stuff like that. Anyway, Africa's shopping is a very long one through you combined all the processes, but in the end of it all, you realize that in Africa we are never strangers. Even if you've seen the person the first day, that person is never a stranger. Except that I'm seeing shit changing.
mm,
Things are happening in a very terrible way that I still keep on asking that is this really Africa? People have adapted different cultures, and you see, there are some tiny things that we look at and we neglect. And someone will be like, that doesn't make up. I may say this, and somebody's like, nah. So it is not a big deal. But that small thing is definitely why we that is definitely why we kept that relationship. I'm not someone I'm not somebody who loves being in a crowd of people. First of all, I hate too much noise. I don't like being in noisy places. I don't like being in places where there are a lot of people. I don't like too much. I don't like crowding stuff. I also don't like being around people for a very long time. Like if I want to meet someone, I want if I'm gonna meet you, we talk about shit. I go back and then like I do my own shit alone. So, but when I say I'm gonna meet you, I'm gonna meet you and we're gonna have fun. We should talk about things. I'll be happy. But I cannot be happy for a long time because I get so tired very fast. So it will get boring. Like if I stay like 6, 8 hours or something, I start getting bored. I start hating that.
mm,
But when I come out of the house and I meet people, I'm not that. I greet them because I know it is a normal thing. And I'll be like, hi, hello, stuff. You will even pass someone you have not asked. You'll be like, how are you? Somebody will start telling you their problems. As soon as, I'm fine, but I had issues. My first daughter, she in the hospital, shit like that. I don't know your daughter anyway. So I don't know. I'm not even going to help you. But an African will start explaining stories. Say, yeah, how, good morning. Okay, good morning, Maria. How are you? I don't see you nowadays. I don't see you coming. So that's what they usually say. Yeah, so today you have come out of your gate and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, it has been raining. How is it over? You will assume that I live in another place where rain doesn't come. As somebody will explain to you, it has been raining. So have you seen the rain? You have been seeing the rain.
Even when
You haven't even when it's
raining.
so I say, yeah, I've experienced it. So yeah, except that it comes with malaria. I'm having my child. They start telling you story. You just put, but you have to stand and listen.
Just like this.
And that is Africa. Just like yesterday.
I had someone like I met a guy. The guy was like, like kids like finished PLO a long time. I didn't know about what this guy intended to. But the guy was like, my kid was, bankwatted kusomero. And he has not paid
Fees.
full fees.
At times,
So the guy told him, and they needed only 60K. Can you imagine? So the guy was like, I'm so stressed, I'm working hard. And
and not only Bazungu take the advantage of this kind of communication, the kind of socialization, but also some other, negative-hearted Africans still take this. Because that the moment I start explaining to Maria, she's gonna say, all right, next time I pass, you can, I'll see what to do about it. And at times some people will even be like,
yeah, the guy was like, I'm working since last week, I'm working so hard. 60K. But he was saying they can't like Tebasola Quatamana for all that time. That is stupidness. Senior 4 completed. Senior 6 is completing this week. They keep a P7.
So if you we are trying to give you the picture of so a lot of people when they see the way Africans associate and the way we tend to people think we are naive about very many things.
You know about this TikToker, this German woman TikToker.
The one in Uganda, yeah, currently. She's in Masaka.
Masaka?
Masaka.
This German girl?
She's in Max.
I remember that. But you see that now for her she's getting a difference between German and Uganda. She talks about Africans as good people. She doesn't paint the other darkest part about Africa.
Don't let her lie to you. Ajja bafera.
Bahu.
Ati abantu kugambe tebawaana kintu nga tebalina
without intention.
So she's doing because first of all I think Africans have been hated.
There's something I heard about her. This mania when Uganda bakwatagana nawe sangawa. The conversation. I said because I didn't I looked at a real liar because that is a lie. It doesn't happen here. It doesn't.
Some people
That is how she brought it, but it was fake.
And they say things that people want to hear. One time someone fainted. One time I saw that. I think we were together.
Maybe she's doing a documentary. Maybe she's watching.
And then this clip, another clip, she said, when I was passing, I think someone is telling her to say those things. When I was passing, even Amavalos and Dimusamba, you didn't hear that? Naduka, the Bomovelos and Dimusamba. And that's the way she says she speaks. Mbwe bamubalowoza ndi
Yeah,
musamba.
maybe there is someone behind
Yeah,
who's
so like
scripting
ani
for
nawe
her.
agukambula omusamba kyagamba bali banamusamba balokone balaba
So it
emisambo
means no. Besides even that,
banakyalo
we have
nnyo
never seen Bazungulus,
bazungu
neither in films.
mpaka in their stories bakuvumako bwolaba amaalo mbu musamba yandikyogedde no mu lulimi lwabwe
We even have albinos here
Mm.
who are even much
Much
Bazungulus.
bazungu than the bazungus because the albinos are very white. Then those albinos are the ones who are even white because their hair is white. You know, their skin, they are Africans, they are black people. They are more white than the so-called whites. Kati, the fact that she was making it seem like tulibanacha ungaduka ngilowoza ndi musambwa. Shut up.
Yeah, but I need to know about the real place where they
You want to go for?
Yeah?
Ogera muyola.
Nobody
Ogamubuuza lwaki ogamba tuli basambwa.
She's making lies.
Yeah, she's speaking lies. I know.
She's making lies.
Those ones are just content creators. They don't really give a fuck.
That was
You
it. You leave German
So
you leave German to come to Uganda to do content.
yeah, they do shit like that every time. So you can imagine if Africa is living in that kind of system of together, and a lot of people think that Africans are ignorant and they are naive. First of all, but they have jusa. Time will come, they will fear the kind of structure they are sketching Africa now.
Yeah.
Because we are losing that touch. Salute, Robert, Will, Yams. Thank you so much for coming through. Salute, Robert. So, go at the music. So they will, like they have structured Africa in a way that we are letting go that touch. When we see Bazungu at times, it's not like the Bantu Makabinyo or children start running and stuff like that.
When we were still young.
It is in Africa's nature for someone to respect a visitor. Whether the person is coming or is gonna stay.
Let me tell you something funny. When we were still young, whenever we could see Bazungos, like when Bazungu is passing, we could run after the Mazungu. We can't. We could run like in a big crowd of kids. We could run
when I first, I think, when did I first in school, I was taught by a Mzungu teacher. I was in elementary. I was taught by a Mzungu. She was called Rachel. She was from UK. They are global teachers. Yeah, they at that time they would, I don't know that thing still existed, but they would get global teachers, like different teachers from all over the world. So throughout my elementary school, I was taught by Zungu teacher. It was a British woman. She was called Rachel. That's the name I remember. And that was the first time I saw that. She was young. I think she was. I don't know. I was very young, but I think she was young because so being a natural teacher, you know, and the fact that they had just graduated, so I think they would send them all over. So I got that chance of being taught by that woman. And she was our English teacher, so she was teaching reading and writing. So that was the first time. So the first time they say you're gonna have your English teacher, Madam Rachel. Yeah. So they had hidden her. They just opened the curtain like, Shah. We saw that Mzungu. The Zungu woman. I remember she was slender and a little bit tall. So everyone, people, she said that we should come and touch her. Tuje tumukwateko. And the others would come and touch her hair. We're still kids. And others refused. They were like so afraid of coming to her next to her. But I got to know one thing: her skin was so rough all the time.
Yeah,
It was like a healing wound. Like when someone is having a wound and it's healing, that
for,
roughness
for me,
and at times.
for me, there was one I've seen. Starting from that Muzungu that we used to run after, like that Muzungu used to run around a certain place where we used to play. So
Mm,
whenever they opened the gate, they were like she was going to get some airborne.
mm,
We could follow her, even when I'm not. But she could get like she could feel out of place. We could run out. We could run. We could
Eh,
run after her.
ate goma ngibe bamwebazaga.
We could run.
For us our school tebasaga nga mbuba mwe VIP tebyalingawo. And then she told the next time I think that's how, and actually with that our teacher Rachel at that time we were like close, but she I cannot say that she mistreated me or she did some. Honestly, I'm not going to lie about that. But usually she liked me. Okay, it's a shame, but yeah, she did. She did like me because I was very young. I remember each time she called me, she left me with a lot of books. So each time she would give me some chocolate stuff. All the time she calls me to the hostel, like where she used to, and we were in boarding school where she used
You
to
talk,
stay. So
you talked
we had to
about
wait
chocolate.
for a long
You
time.
talked about chocolate. Whenever we could run after this
She would
Muzungu,
give you chocolate. I think that is their thing.
go
Mommy all the time that
yeah,
our that Madam Rachel would usually give me chocolates each time she comes.
yeah.
Um, the
They
moment she
used
said,
to
"Mama,
be
yeah,
they
Mama,
used to
yeah."
be in small sockets.
Mm,
Those kind of chocolate.
long, long, yeah.
Yeah.
To just give me. So each time I came to class, I knew Rachel was going to give me that chocolate. And I think we kept in touch for some time, but of course I was a kid. And she was, I think, talking to my mom, stuff like that. Throughout the line, we lost contact and we stopped talking and things like that. And that's how she left. So the next time it was an albino, I had never seen an albino throughout my time no katika Nkusese. I had never seen an albino, and I saw an albino when I was in high school. Just like I had never seen a lot of things that I had never seen in Noti, Amajan. I had never seen cotton. But those things are being grown in, in Africa. The first time I saw those things, Mukwano Naswala, and Nalimuko, Ninga Magawate, Michibin,
For me,
Nilagama Majani.
for me, I first saw tea when I think it was in 2007. I saw tea grown in Kabale.
Mm.
I saw tea. It was on a large scale. They told me that is tea.
Yeah, I saw it in Fort.
Yeah, I saw tea.
In Fort Potro, as you are heading Fort Potro,
Mm.
there is a tea on a larger scale. We had a brand, a ginnery for cotton in our village. But I had not lived in a village, so I had not seen that the cotton, like how cotton looks like. And actually, I've never seen cotton launch.
The people used to
I
grow.
would love. Why are you doing that? Stop.
There are people that used listen, there are people that used to grow cotton on a small scale in my village. So I grew up seeing cotton.
I did.
I
Then
grew up
mukwano
seeing
ebikadde naye nabiraba nzojja kuswala bino bye bakolamu ssukaali nalaba nga bya red
see the
nalaba nga bya red
well, nowadays they are
anti
card.
ebya red
No,
ebya red biri
maybe a
buli wamu
sukari for sugar they're even small.
anti kyengamba
Yeah.
nalowooza ali mu kulya ki
Mm.
bricks
Mm.
abantu nga kajjo bwe bakolamu kaliwo nti sukaali
Yes, yes,
n'ennyama
yes.
mukwalo zikino ate okuva olabireeta nga lyomukamukamu nga bireeta ngeewa
The other day, one time I went there to like
bweka
observe.
ku kikulu
One time I went there.
Damn. Traffic.
Is it mad? What kind of nonsense is that? Kati gonna beera osaba bulamu lwenkisanga eri nga nkoma nkisaba nga nziraba nga towulira anyway.
A lot is happening. So I've been telling you about that Mozungu. So now I didn't know I didn't know much about things of time when I was still young, how to manage time or what. But
Hi, man.
we knew that Muzungu every evening she had to move out. Then the way how this Muzungu now like chased away from go like running after her. They bought a dog.
They usually do that.
She used to move with a dog. So there is no way now we could.
Indirectly, Gabako.
eh,
Your dogs like a dog munaku.
so,
But I think this is what probably gives them a privilege to exercise whatever they are doing to us. And I think they feel like Africans can be easily intimidated. That's why. They know we are very soft people. As much as we have those Africans, Abamunga, they are bad, they are die-hard stuff. But the biggest population, Africans are soft-hearted. Because it is in us, it's together. Even when we are growing up, the funniest thing is the Chengamba. When you are growing up, there is a way we are molded. It's you respect a visitor no matter what. And I think this has also caused the issues,
yeah.
that when you teach children as they are growing, it becomes part of them. Now that has become part of African that they ought to respect whoever, as long as you're someone they don't know, as long as you're someone who is coming and going, they respect you a lot, no matter what. Osanga family olumu okimanyi muyinza n'okusula enjala ne bafumbira omuli enjala.
Yeah, that is true. They can even cook good soup with sauce just for a visitor.
For a visitor, so a visitor agende ng'omutima guli ki?
That's
Guli
why
satisfied.
most besides those foreigners that are in mineral areas, you'll find out that most of the Bazungus that are in Africa, they sleep in good hotels and low prices. They're in town. Apart from those that are in those mineral areas, you'll find out that their offices they are not in the villages. So if you want something, maybe a job from those people, they will direct you to the main office, which is in a city.
And the most funniest thing, speaking about those people giving you job,
Mm.
if it is a Mzungu to interview you,
Mm.
you can be 100% sure that the Mzungu is going to employ you.
Mm.
If it is your fellow black person interviewing you on the behalf of the Mzungu, just know you're not going to get that job
Mhm.
unless you descent.
Mhm.
You get it?
Yeah.
Someone will say, I have seen potential in you, but you have to give me this amount of money
Mm.
for me to take you through.
Mm.
Africans love cheating other Africans who offer to visit. And people all the time, someone will be like, we've spent a lot of energy doing a lot of stupid things
Mm.
than focusing on the important things.
Mm.
Um, we spend a lot of energy hating each other. For example, I usually use this as an example. When you work like in a Mzungu company, if a Mzungu owns a company and you find there are lots of black people, instead of these people trying to strive for betterness, you find them trying to backstab each other. I don't know why, all the time. All the time. I don't know why it is so important to go claiming a relationship you know Muzungu. Shegera, n'okuwaayo munno, because tomorrow this Muzungu is going and you are remaining with this African back here. A lot of people don't know that.
Like most of the people in Africa, they really don't know the real hearts of these people,
Mm.
because these are the people that paint themselves as good people. Even the organizations we see for these bazungus, that's why we see them in organizations of health in Africa,
Mm.
organizations that are trying to to bring safe water
Neno
in it.
gonsa neno gaite zali zakubeera leero nabadde mugambirako wano.
So
Tunazi.
the organizations, you see organization that are related to health, they are led by Wazungus. So people are organization that bring like clean water to people. They are spearheaded and funded by Wazungu. So people have a different picture,
Mm.
That's like that Mr. Beast that
and
happened in
average
Kenya.
people have a different.
That's like the Mr. Beast that happened in
Mm.
Kenya. You guys, have you guys seen the Mr. Beast story in Kenya? You guys know anything about that?
Now,
Huh, Maria? Okay. Well, what you guys do?
no.
You guys got your computer. Go to YouTube and say Mr. Beast. That's what the white man calls it. Mr. Beast puts clean wells in Kenya. I think he put some in Uganda too. It might have been, yeah, Mr. Beast, some famous white guy. I don't know. And so
That
Kenyans got mad because
BET.
it's Beast, Mr. Beast. Put wells in Kenya. Put boreholes or just say wells. Bring clean drinking water to Kenya. So, but it wasn't just there. It was in Zimbabwe. But I, it goes to the point of saying that these African despots don't do shit for African people. Kenya was supposed to be free 60 years, and they still got children going to the fucking dirty ass river to gain fucking water, dirty ass water to put on the top of their heads and go back to school. My question is, where are the parents at? This happens in Uganda, because like Maria said, the thief, and it goes, you got to pay somebody and bribe somebody. Where are the parents in 2023? If you think my child is going to a goddamn river to put a bucket on their fucking head to bring back some water to a school, you out of your rabbit ass mind. The African parents are too docile, too weak. That's why they call you docile. Allow people to just treat you like shit. So now the Kenyans are getting mad because the rest of the world said, what the hell's wrong with you black people? You don't know how to make wells? You don't know how to do it? The white man's always got to come and save you, goopy Negroes, all the time. You got them out there clubbing. So it goes with Santos saying the white man and the kizzy. Oh, it's the white man saving us. We can't never do nothing. Mr. White man, yay! You guys find it? You guys type in Mr. Beast. You guys find it? Guys should have found it by the. I got about 50 million views on that thing. The Mr. Beast in Kenya.
Hmm.
You guys should have.
I've seen.
You guys found it? Yeah. So he put up wells all throughout Kenya to these schools, and then bought them some books, and then changed the schoolhouses because they was all raggedy and dilapidated, poor. Like the Africans don't care the kind of shit they in. And that's I shout to Donald Trump. So only Africans can live in this kind of poverty and don't never do nothing about it. Don't overthrow government. Just stay poor and stupid. Yeah, I'm supposed to be poor and stupid because the Bible said so. All that kind of dumb shit. So I know he went to Cameroon. He went to Kenya. He went to Zimbabwe. I think they come in Uganda next.
Hmm.
So what it shows, then why can't these Africans ever do shit to benefit themselves? Why there's gonna be white people that come and help these moronic ass Africans do shit? Why can't they do shit? So that's the image. Even though, that's the image that was out there. So a lot of Kenyans got mad. Boy, you don't come in trying to do shit. Well, you ain't doing it. You ain't doing it. Kids don't got no drink. Well, your government ain't doing it. So, so he put up all these wells. But you know what's some racial stuff behind it, Maria, because he said, look at these poor kids, Maria, going through the jungle. You know those jungles in Kenya? They going through the jungle to get water and bring it back to the school. That's what that white man said. Look at these poor kids, Maria, going through the jungle to fetch water. There's no jungle. They were going through the woods. There wasn't no jungle. What are you talking about? Look at these poor. What he was saying is, look at these poor dirty niggas. I gotta take them through the jungle to get water, and the water's polluted. It's coming from a river. It's all dirty. They put the buckets on their head and walk back to school with the bucket on their head. Like, what? What? Look at these backward ass niggas. It's 2023 and they still getting water out of a dirty river with kids putting buckets on their head and walking back to school to get water. You as a parent, if you don't demand better from your officials, that's what you get. That's why the world sees Africans as stupid, backward, and weak. Like, what the hell? Like I said, those schoolhouses they showed, I said, God damn, we were making better schoolhouses in America coming out of slavery. We were slaves, and we made better schoolhouses than that shit you seen in Kenya. We were coming out of slavery and made better schools for our children than that shit that they showed in Kenya. That raggedy shit. And you don't got no, as a parent, you don't got no damn love for your children going to school in that shit. We make better, and that's our show. We did a show about that. And I showed Joey the schools that African Americans made coming out of slavery. We didn't have no money. We were full of hate. People hated us. We were their slaves. We made better schools than the shit they showed Mr. Beach was in Kenya. You think I'm having my kids sitting in this shit? I'm paying taxes. Kids in this raggedy ass school out going to fetch water 3 kilometers down by the damn river and bringing it back with a bucket on their fucking head. Are you crazy as shit? Like, what's wrong with the goddamn African's mind? What's wrong with your goddamn brain? You'll suffer any kind of injustice and think it's okay. Goddamn children putting a bucket on their head, taking it back a couple of miles to school. Why hasn't no pipes been put in there? 60 years you've been supposedly an independent country. And nobody's built no fucking plumbing. The hell's going on?
Mm.
Kind of development ain't happening. What'd you say, Jim? I can't read you. I can't read you. Yeah. I can barely read your right. You say yes, something. You know, they don't got no outrage. The African will just do. That's the problem with the African on the continent. He got no outrage. You're just living shit, living poverty. Don't say shit. Don't challenge shit. Well, you got leaders like I'm a 70. All these leaders been there 40 and 50 years. Some of us are democracy. Ain't nobody vote for these no good bastards over 40 years. And shit don't work out from Cameroon. Like when Maria was saying, it's the same thing. You go to Cameroon, Uganda, Zimbabwe, don't matter. It's the same shit. It's corrupt. Shit don't get done. The Africans live in poverty. Schools all fucked up. And they gotta pay school fees for the shit. Not only are the schools fucked up, jibber jabber, they gotta pay school fees to go to fucked up shit. Absolutely outrageous. But they too busy talking about Jesus and Allah all damn day. Jesus, Allah, Jesus. African only one run around talking about Allah and Jesus all damn day. But no shit don't get fixed, shit don't work, shit don't get built. Well, I pray to Jesus. Thank you, sister. I pray to Allah. I pray to Allah and I pray to Jesus. All that moronic shit. Where you go, Maria? You gonna look at that video of Mr. Beast? I want to show that shit. You know.
She's around.
Okay, and look at the way they had the kids meet the white man in the school. There was somebody black, you know, and the kids all standing out there waiting. Oh, white clapping. Oh, white man, thank you for coming, white man. You know we can't do that. We're poor, dirty niggas. We can't never do nothing. Thank you, white man from America, coming to build this world. Oh, thank you. Like, this is disgusting. This absolute kids all lined up for the school. Oh, thank you, Mr. Beast, man. Mr. Beast, guy, thank you. We got clean water, Mr. Beast. God damn. God, it's embarrassing as hell. The Kenyans knew. They knew, yeah. They got on the comments, they was all mad, yeah. But you didn't do it, and your government didn't do it. You ain't been doing shit. You've been praying to Jesus and Allah all day. Ain't it funny? Jesus ain't developed shit in Africa yet. You've been praying to this invisible cracker for 200 years and he ain't done shit. You're the worst countries on the planet. You're the most underdeveloped. You pray the most, and you can't even reason this out. You pray the most to this fake God, and you're the least developed on the planet. So obviously something's wrong. Either the Jesus is wrong, or the Allah is wrong, or you're wrong. You pray to this crazy shit. You're all the Africa's the poorest countries on the planet. But actually you're the richest because you got the resources, but you don't get none of those resources. The white man steal those. White man, the Arabs steal those from you. Actually, you're the richest countries on the planet. Actually, you would if you control them, but you don't. The white man steals all that. It leaves you in poverty. The white man gave you Jesus and then gave you poverty. Here you go, you goopy niggas. They give you Jesus and poverty. Take that. I gotta give you guys grocery money. It's been 2 weeks. I gotta give you guys grocery money. But play that play that video of Mr. Beast, damn it. Now, what else?
So
That
um,
uh,
now, it's very funny how a lot of black people have the potential of doing shit for other black people, but they don't. This is like what I was trying to say. You get employed under Mzungu, but some other blacks take that privilege. They wish for other blacks not to work or for them to get expelled from the workplaces. So at times I'm like imagining, do you find pleasure in other people not, having services or are going through shit? As for you, you climb the ladder up there. So when this guy, of course, built the wall, the borehole, I'm sure there are some other Kenyans who have the potential of constructing those boreholes. It's not like this man has a lot of money. You understand? So, despite the fact that this man helped and did this, still he cannot be 100%. At the end, he's trying to show how barbaric the Kenyans were. Yeah, like, you see what I did for them, stuff like that. At the end, I'm trying to bring them safe water, shit, and crap like that. And yet we have a lot of black people who can still do this. This black guy you were talking to through my messenger. He's actually, where is it? Florida? Where is he come from? And he's not as calm. He's a real black American guy. But first of all, he said, you could see from his conversation. Check it out. So whatever he wanted, and for him, he thought, as I'm trying to help you, or probably I want to give you a job and stuff like that. But the weirdest thing are the things that he wanted, and you are the one who was talking to him, and he thought it was me. So the weirdest thing he wanted, and I was still imagining, and I'm like, apparently we still have this kind of people. You understand? It's like, that's why you African are still poor. And I'm like, are you not an African? Yeah, I'm an American, I don't care. That's why you're so poor, you're still stuck with your moral. What are your morals bringing on your table? I just said you have to twerk, you gotta shake your butt, push and say, calm down, bro. What are you talking about? So he was like, that's why you people are still poor. Your morals cannot bring anything on the table. And so apparently the people who are supposed like to say that we should work together as Africans, they are the same people who also want to exploit. And like I usually say, if we don't have each other's back, nobody does. If we do not like unite, other people are uniting to destroy us. And for us,
exactly,
we are fighting with each other.
exactly.
And we have experienced this throughout. So if I cannot say, well, I'm not going to probably bring my fellow African person to work around with me, and if I'm working with this person, that means I make this person go through hell simply because I brought you around, so we should go through hell together, or I have to be your boss, or stuff like that. That. And so I've seen that a lot of black people have mistreated others. You understand? We don't have that brotherly kind of relationship, more especially when it comes
There is
to differences in money, status. Those who believe they are high status, they think I'm to.
there is something I saw when I was still in high school.
Mm,
Um, there are some students that came from Ireland to our school
mm,
to study for a month from our school.
mm,
African schools,
mm,
for you to meet the principal, it is
mm,
very hard to
mm,
meet the principal.
mm.
He's one of the officials at school
That you
who
will take time
to
to
meet
meet
them you have to
and
write
listen
yeah, you have to write letters so that you so that
you can only meet them when you're criminal.
yeah, But when these Irish people, Irish students came to our school, every time they are fond of being in principal's office. Every time I was like, if it was a black student
Where
in
even
that
if you
guy's
have
office,
issues,
yeah, you won't listen to you. Tell you there are other people who gonna work on your
on your
issue.
issue
The other guys they could even eat food from there.
from the principal's office.
Yeah, yeah.
Kati bali bazze so much okufuna privilege.
No, they're like they exchanged, there's some
Yeah,
blood
yeah,
like from our
yeah.
school went to the other side, so they also brought some to our
I get,
school.
I get.
So I saw something. I saw how African minds are.
Ate eri nga togenda kufunayo yo privilege.
Yeah,
Oba bagenda kulya bbi olya bbi. Oba bagenda
yeah.
kulabirira horse, ogenda n'olabirira
Exactly,
horse.
exactly. So African people have that mind to make these people feel themselves. But if it happens to a real African, your brother, your real brother African, they don't give such privileges to our own. We don't
No,
do that.
no, no. And the funny thing, when you go to there, they treat you like shit. As your black ass in Ireland, they'll treat you like shit. It's the opposite.
Mm.
Treat your black ass like shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead, guys.
true, true.
I saw a certain photo on TikTok about why he was the first black student. This guy, I don't remember very well the name. He was the first black students to study with the whites in the same university. The guy was forced to sit in the corner. I saw that. Oh, there is a prominent university in USA which I didn't recall even now. But the black student was made to sit in a corner alongside
There
with the
is that
whites.
even that one happens in South Africa.
Mm,
The black South Africans they sit on another row. When they're going in the cafeteria, they sit in different
mm,
sides. And yeah, I think I saw that university also in the US that
mm,
the black people would sit differently when they are facing a different side,
mm,
and the Bazungu would also face, I think, to the whatever the
mm,
lecturer or the tutor, and for them they would face the other side. The black people
mm.
would be turning their back.
And nga umanyi mama wange teewumuza. There's some Arabs that were moving. I've ever told you about this story. I remember there were some Arabs that were moving around the town, moving freely, the way they want. Like in town, they don't feel like they're not scared of moving in town. My mom was like, you see those people, they now move freely, but they kill our people day
Yeah,
and
which
night.
is
But
true.
they're moving freely.
Which
They
is
do.
true.
Of course, my mom knows about the Arab
The
world
Arabs, she
because, of course,
knows.
about the shit that were killing of the Kadamas. So, like, the guys are moving freely in Uganda. They're doing their own
Bayitaga ka
stuffs.
smartphone yatabuke.
And by the way, those Arabs were fetching water from our well. Freely,
Nanga bakola ki eyo bamampa?
freely. We have a mosque here. We have a mosque here, so they are moving freely. Freely, we find even 10 late in the night walking in the
Eddala
dark.
kwesooka.
You find them late in the night at 10 walking. So yet they can't give back this to Africans.
And the way they can, my dear, they will do shit. Tomorrow I don't know. I cannot have peace in your own country, but you come and demand for peace in mine. And even when you come in my own country, you want to mistreat me like I'm not.
Yeah, because you're weak. Exactly right, Maurice. Because you're weak.
So we see we don't see that given back to Africans.
Mm,
Yet we see these people enjoying full enjoyment all services in African countries.
mm,
Of
They're the
course.
people
I'm not
that are
that's why they're there. Africa's wealthy. I'm gonna get the wealth and leave you niggas in the bottom in poverty. That's right. And I'm not gonna be ashamed to do it either. So damn your mama Seto. Hey they froze, I froze. Now so they and that comes back to Jibba Jabba. And me and Joe were supposed to do the show tonight, but we couldn't do it. She having stomach issues, eating some bad food. If they come back, if they end that pops back up. And it got cold down here in the south this weekend. Shit. It's cold down here. It's got to be cold up there in Pittsburgh. I can't read your comments. My phone's got it too damn small. Shit. Super small. I can't read none of that. Give about 10 more minutes to pop back up in here. They got to miss all these days of work because the damn lights be out. Shit's crazy. This moron's been in power 40 years and can't fix the damn light. I think that's them. I think they're back. They're trying to come back. There they go. They're back. They're back.
I didn't know. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I thought the lights probably went out again. You know how the 70s Uganda they got to turn off the lights because of Christmas. This 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 shit that's supposed to works in every other country in Africa and just don't never work. You know, Nigerian power's fucked up, Kenya's power fucked up, Ghana's power fucked up, South Africa's power is fucked up. Like what the fuck? You know, it's just it's just unfair.
I'm gonna turn this one.
Man, I don't even know what you do sitting in the dark for 3 and 4 days at a time. Shit, man, listen, whatever we're going, we got to start getting rid of some people around here. That's what I be talking about. I'm sitting in the dark 3 and 4 days. I'm about to start getting rid of some folks. I tell you that, and that's another reason I told you. But they don't want the African American back in Africa. We're not the same African as we left the continent. We're not docile. The 70 will be gone. We'll overthrow every African despot. Hey, you gotta go. We don't care about going to war with these people. You gotta go. And you better go now. We're not sitting in those goddamn dark. We're not gonna say it's okay not to have shit work. We're not gonna say it's okay for my damn daughter to put a bucket on her goddamn head and walk through no forest back to school with dirty water. What? Man, listen here, you better get this shit together. All the money being stolen. Joby showed me that bridge is like a $250 million bridge that wasn't even built. Like, what? They just stole all that money in Kenya, $250 million to build a bridge. The bridge wasn't built, and what they did build, it was all fucked up. Like, what is this? I said, did nobody go down and get the governor of this county and say, look there, you'll fix it, or you'll deal with the consequences. That's why the Arabs can go in Africa and walk around and feel comfortable, because they know you're weak people. Hey, you do it, I'll treat you like shit in your own country, so what? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I'll smack you in the mouth, and you'll be like, okay, please stop it, please don't smack me in the mouth. When the white man on TikTok told the truth, I should have shared that video with the What's Up Africa group. I shared it with Maria and everybody. The white man said, don't blame us that your countries are fucked up. Your leaders are stealing from you. We're not taking it. Your leaders are stealing from you. He said, of course, this is going to be a war with us and you. Of course, as the youth try to get back the wealth of Africa, the Europeans are going to want to go to war. But they don't got the numbers to go to no damn war. He's telling the truth. Don't blame us Europeans. It's your leaders that are driving you blind. Nah, they wouldn't be robbing us blind if you didn't put the puppets in office. See, these leaders didn't get there, and they're not leaders. You put these puppets there. They're like the leaders are stealing us blind. We know that, but you put them in power, and you keep them in power. Man, and I hate to pick on number 70. Yeah, this moron gonna be president of a whole country. This moron didn't even finish elementary school. He's a president of a whole country. Are you crazy? This other Kagame, this other moron, this other corrupt, no good bastard. People want him to be. It's people want him to be president for 30 years. Okay, yeah. Okay. Crazy.
A lot of African leaders are being used, by the way. And for those who refuse to be used, are assassinated, like we are saying.
Yeah, well, that's what they put. Right. They're assassinated because they were there to do a job of the Europeans. They're not like, no, especially in today's Africa. There are no leaders that come to power. Magufuli might be the last one that fell through the cracks. There are no leaders put in power in Africa without European help. They make sure they put their puppets in there. Then when you go against their puppets, then they come after you. Like, let me do a quick analysis. Now, you remember when Robert Mugabe, when Zimbabwe was fighting for freedom against the white rule, and which was called Rhodesia back then, but then became Zimbabwe. So the youth had fought. They went to this was a real war. This is a real war. They went to war against the white man in Zimbabwe. They went to war. People died. So the British put their puppet in there, Mugabe, and he ruled for 20. And the reason they went to war was to get the land and get the stuff that the white man stole from them. They didn't go die to still stay in poverty. They went to fight to get the shit back that the British stole. So when Mugabe was put up there, but the white man said this. How do you go to war, Maria? Win a war, and the white man said, you know what? Yeah, you won. So what? We want to keep all the farms that we stole. We want to keep all our businesses that we stole, and you accept that. And so this moron said, yeah.
Call me maybe.
Took the African president. Of course, he didn't win. Africans in Zimbabwe said, we're going to overthrow your ass. We're going to around in 2000.
So they don't call me maybe. So that's very
Okay.
right by Lake Victoria to Shamfo, 33 degrees, just like church and sand. By Lake Victoria, Jinja Babada Gambachi. Go to any high school lunchroom, you will see segregation just like church on Sunday. Church like on Sunday. Ireland just got, yeah.
Let me say very
And I'm back. Booyah. The internet dropped off. But let me finish what I was saying. Okay, so you got Mugabe, who they put as the president, and they remember they knighted him, the queen. Oh, let me knight you, you goofy Negro. Let me make you a knight of the British realm and all that shit. But then finally, these kids who were 18 and 19 fighting that war were now almost in their 40s. They said, listen, we're going to overthrow you, dude. We're going to get rid of your ass. 20 years we've been waiting. Only Africa wait for 20 years. They win a war and still don't get shit. We won the war, people died, and the white man still controls everything. Only the goofy African would allow some shit like that to happen. You done went to war. Won the war, and still don't got what you went to war for. White people told you, hey, you won, but we want to keep all the land and keep all the money. Okay, what? How crazy is cat shit? So, after that happened, remember, that's when Mugabe started giving the land back to the black people. That's when they put Zimbabwe on sanctions because he was doing what he's supposed to do 20 years before that. He started taking the land from the white people and giving it back to the black people who they stole it from. And remember, then Mugabe became, oh, he's wicked. Mugabe's evil. He's wicked. First, he was good for 20 years. They knighted him. They gave him a sword. He served Robert Mugabe, the British realm. But as soon as he took the land back, oh, Mugabe's a no good, dirty bastard. This no good dictator ass nigga. You mean tell me he wasn't a dictator for 20 years when you had him in power? But now that he gets the land back, oh, Mugabe is wicked. They started to Idi Amin his ass. They started tearing him up in the press. The people of Zimbabwe are starving now because these niggas took the land back. These dumb black people don't know how to farm. They should keep the land to the white people. These dumb niggas are too stupid to run farms. Look at this. How dare you? So remember, after Mugabe took the land back, he was the worst man in Africa. He was evil, and and the African was too stupid, as if you didn't know how to farm before the white man showed up to stole your land 200 years ago. You didn't know how to farm by yourself. Now you need a white man. He's making all the money. You know. And remember, in Zimbabwe, black people were not allowed to go in certain towns, certain cities. Black people were not even allowed to go in parts of Zimbabwe, especially at the night. And it was 6 o'clock, you niggas better be out of the city and back to your hut. So treated just poorly. So, we got to understand, every time you try to take back the stuff, they try to make you evil. How dare you Negroes take back the stuff that we stole from you? We stole it. It's supposed to stay ours, not yours. Right. So that's why Zimbabwe's been under sanctions ever since. Because and let me tell you, they're still trying to get that land back. The white man, because remember, Mugabe said, I'm going to pay you back, even though you stole. Africans always doing stupid shit too. I'm going to pay you for the land that you stole. White man said, I don't want no money. I want the land. Because like the land is the most important thing because you can pass it down to your children. He said, I don't want the damn money. I want the land we stole. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. I want the land in Africa. Imagine these Europeans, they want your land, what they've been doing. And so that's what you see in South Africa, that the Africans have been too cowardly under Nelson Mandela to take that land back that the white man stole. That's why the South Africans are xenophobic and hate other Africans because they claim, oh, when you come to South Africa, you take my job. It ain't my fault hey, is it my fault you're stupid? Is it my fault you're uneducated? That's your government's fault. I didn't steal your land. The white man stole your land, not me. So understand, family, even though South Africa may be the most developed country in Africa, it ain't got shit to do with the Africans there. They're the ones been educated, and they're the ones mostly empowered. South Africans are usually poorer than other Africans, but they'll boast to you about how great their infrastructure is. How dare you dirty Ugandans and Kenyans talk about South Africa? You see our infrastructure? Your countries are backwards. Yeah. But but the Ugandans make more money than you do, and you in your developed country, you still impoverished. So what the hell are you bragging about? But that's what they say. And this ain't like the rest of Africa. We know it's not. So the family, if you guys been in South Africa, let me say, I will be honest. South Africa is developed. It looks more like Europe, right? Because white people were there. So since white people were there, they were going to allow South Africa to become developed like the rest. See, the rest of Africa is not supposed to be developed. South Africa, since a number of white people instead of them, a big swath of them, they had to develop South Africa. And so you hear the South African Negro try to put down other Africans. Oh, you go back to your country, try to come in because we're developed. Your country's all fucked up. You go back to your own country. Now, the South Africans will say that while they sitting in the dark, they broke, they don't got no money to wash their own ass, they getting like $2 a day. What I tell you, you know good Africans, get out of here. But they won't tell the Chinese to leave where they're legally. They won't tell the Indians to leave that are there legally. They won't tell the Caucasians that come to South Africa legally. You got a South African that we think South African's British. I think he's been in South Africa 3 years, right? 3 years. He's talking about separating South Africa. He said, we need to take the Cape. We want to make that a different country. You know why? Because they found oil and gas there in the Cape. And so white people are going to try to steal the country like the Jews did in Palestine. So these goofy Negroes who are fighting other Africans, instead of fighting the white man who's talking about, hey, we need to break up South Africa and make the Western Cape its own separate country. See, they're not fighting white people because their minds are still messed up in their head. And set on this head. You worship these people. You're the only people that worship your enemy. Take you 200 years to know where your goddamn enemy is. These people have always been your enemy through time. Not just 200 years. You go back through history. They've been your damn enemy. And when they come to your country, you'll sing and dance. Do your African tribal shit. While you're dancing next to them.
Okay.
Same way the goofy Kenyans do your goofy tribal dance. Just like the Kenyans did for King Charles a couple weeks ago. They all danced in front of this goofy. They all dancing for this dude that put them in cages. This King Charles who put these damn goofy ass Kenyans in concentration camp 70 years ago. They all dancing for this no good cracker. Doing all that, whatever that tribal noise they do. Start dancing. Shit, I was like, what? Shout out to Jules Melita who called that shit out. They got mad at him. From South Africa, they said, what the hell are you doing dancing for your enemy? Hey, they do it in South Africa too. I see you guys dancing for Prince Harry and that mixed lady. What her name? Harry and Meghan. So don't try to come out Kenyans. You guys are dancing for them people too, dancing all goofy. So these people that now tell me, who danced when one of your goofy presidents gets off a plane and goes to their country? Nobody. Everybody sitting there dancing for you goofy niggas when you visit their country. Oh, you run around here dancing in front of them and go, whatever that goofy tribal shit is. So, and you can look that up. You can look it up, Maria. Say Kenyans dance for King Charles. And people say, what's wrong with these Africans? God damn, and I agree. What's wrong with these damn? Even the Nigerians were asking, and they didn't even ask much. The Nigerians like, what's wrong with these Kenyans? You gonna dance for your own colonial master? What's wrong with you people?
Kenya dance what?
Say Kenyans dance for King Charles on YouTube. Kenyans dance for King Charles. These goofy Negroes, you gonna dance for your former and want to try to genocide you. You talking about you fucked up in the head. Remember, he was apologizing. I'm sorry that what we did. How you apologize for genocide, Maria? How you apologize for genocide? And I'm gonna bring up. I got it. So they out there dancing. You goofy Negroes. And just like that was last week, I think you got that goofy moronic ass from 70 talking crazy about African people. You know, it was EME took away you Indian people. I brought you back because you are good people. You know how to do business. Our Africans are too stupid. They were doing agriculture. They don't know business. You imagine a president of an African country talking that fuck shit about his own people? But he ain't your people. He ain't from Uganda. No good dirty bastard. telling the African is not smart enough to do his own business in his own country. And you got some Indian in there. Yes, your Excellency, we're back, and yes, we are taking over the business of Kenya. Of Uganda, because you niggas are stupid. Yes, you're right. Your people are fucking stupid. Imagine somebody saying that. You talking about the disrespect, the record. This, I gotta be careful because they're in Uganda. Because what should be done to his ass, I can't even say it on YouTube. Most disrespectful shit I ever heard. Calling his own people stupid and shit, but they ain't even people. He ain't bad. Two motherfuckers goddamn tootsies. And he's from Uganda. Talking about the Ugandans are too stupid to do business. How dare you? And talking about, yeah, they voted for this goofy ass bastard for 40 years. Why he calls them stupid?
True.
Yes, you know what I mean? I brought you back because you're good in business. And the African didn't know how to do any business. The African don't know how to do shit. Out of your rabbit ass mind. It's disrespect for you to say some shit like this. Now you would never hear you have no Indian tell his people that. You have no Arab tell his people that. Only some backward ass moronic nigga would say some hoe ass shit like this. And that's what he said. That's what he said.
Sure.
And the only reason I'm talking like that jibber jabber, Maria and them not on the radio. So I know we got advertising dollars, and I haven't been cursing, I haven't been using the N-word, but Maria and them are not on the radio, so I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about the advertising dollars right there, until I get a bigger staff in Uganda and build everything up. So I can be a little loose. I can be a loose cannon right now. I can be a little loose. I don't got to be so restrained. I can be loose and honest. When I heard that speech was so disrespectful. Man, that was disrespectful because when the African they'll listen to this moron, call them stupid, and put another race over them and think that's normal. Idi Amin was wrong. Idi Amin stole all your businesses. How he steal the businesses that were already African people? The British brought them in there and gave them businesses. The hell are you talking about, you uneducated moron? But of course, this dude ain't finished nothing but the 3rd grade. And he's the president of Uganda. This moron's education goes to 3rd grade. He's a 3rd grade idiot. 3rd grade. Or what they call class 3. Whatever they call it in Africa, class 3. This moron stopped going to school like when he was 8 years old, 9 years old, because he couldn't pay the Ugandan school fees. These are facts. He's a moron. But most of these presidents are morons. Like the moron over in Libya. I mean, in Liberia. That George Whip, he ain't even go to high school. He's another moron. Got all these morons in Africa as president. They ain't finished high school. Cameroonian president, that Paul Beer been there 50-something years. But this moron ain't been nothing but the primary school. He ain't go to high school either. You talking about idiots. That's why they easily fool and give all the resources up to the Europeans, because you got idiots in power. Absolute morons. I used to say that as a joke, but that's a fact. The Ibram Traore told you most of these puppets are morons. Tinubu, Tinubu and goddamn Nigeria. He lied about his education. They know he lied. They all kind of falsified him going to the the University of Chicago. They're like, this ain't no diploma for no University of Chicago. Where you get this made up thing at? And they know it, but the country's too corrupt. They know it's made up. They don't take them from power. The University of Chicago told us this ain't no diploma, and we got no record of this guy ever being in school in Chicago. He was a drug dealer in Chicago back in the day. And now he's president of Nigeria. Used to sell drugs in America and Chicago. They know he did that. They say he went to the University of Chicago. You ain't been no Chicago. You ain't going to no University of Chicago. What are you talking about? So all these puppet presidents go check their education. All of them fucking stupid. Like what? Like this is incredible. Got a continent of morons as president. Everybody say, well, Africa sure has bad leadership. No, Africa doesn't have bad leadership because the real leaders are not allowed to come to power in Africa. You guys get it? The real leaders in Africa are not allowed to come to power. That's when they get a bullet in their head. So they put these puppets in, and you call them, those are not leaders. Imagine some disrespectful puppet telling you that the Indians are better than you in your own country. I brought you back because the Africans, they know how to do business. Africans were too stupid. Idi Amin ran you out. See, I brought you back because he stole your businesses. This moron don't even know. And if you go look this up, Idi Amin paid the Indians. This moron don't even know that. Idi Amin, even though he put them out of the country, he paid. Again, but the Africans always do. Africans paid their oppressors. You can pull this up. Idi Amin paid those Indians for their businesses, paid the money. So he didn't steal nothing, you moron. You can go look that up. Idi Amin paid the Indians for their businesses. Said you gotta go though. These businesses gotta be for my people, for Africa, not for you. Go back to India. Go back to India. They don't want to go back to India because they'll be poor in India. They can't exploit nobody in India.
American says,
You know? Yeah, I mean, paid restitution to these Indians. See, but he's too stupid because he's uneducated. Got a grade 3, whatever you call it, 8th grade, whatever you call it, class 4 education, whatever you call that shit. Africa, what is called a grade. You don't even know that. Idi Amin stole your job, stole your businesses. He didn't steal the businesses, you moron. He paid for those people's businesses and told them to get out. You idiot. So he could teach his own people how to do those businesses, how to make shoes, which they did. You got some damn president telling you ain't shit. It's crazy. Wonder why you don't want to take responsibility for 40 years as president, then develop shit you got. I'm going to tell you, Uganda's poor because of Idi Amin and the British. Idi Amin was only president for 9 years, moron. 8 years. You've been president 40 years, and you saying it's because he was president and the British. That's why Uganda's still poor, because of colonialization and Idi Amin. That's that shit Museveni said. Sounds crazy as hell.
yeah, of course they're crossing for. Oh, 40, they're crossing.
So I mean, people who are like 40 years were born during that guy's world.
Yeah. They were still young when he was coming to power. My elder sister used to tell me stories that they used to hear about the war. Yeah, like he was little, but used to hear about the war. Just like my mom shared about the Armenians war. No, it wasn't in the whole war. It was in particular areas. Like in Wero, Katonga. Like, that they were overthrowing Idi Amin Dada, but it crossed through our area, through Masaka up to Kampala. And like our government soldiers, they were running out to those areas. That chased them away from the capital. The Tanzanians had.
So the Tanzanians were helped to dethrone. And at that time, the forces all over East Africa would unite
Mm,
without overthrowing a certain government. Kati ennaku zino kumanya kati ennaku zino nga tebalinayitinga balina n'amayamba.
yeah, because of the unfulfilled promises
Mm.
among the East African community, the puppetship among these people. They are supporting different Western powers.
Mm.
eh. Of course, you know that like it's not too easy like for a country to be in full support of Russia, Britain, and USA.
Mm.
You either support one or two, you get supported by one or two because the other party won't allow you to do shit.
No, you won't even support to
So
one.
that is the reason why it is very difficult for African countries to come together and, or even have one unified force.
Mm.
Yeah. Like Keith said, all African leaders, they are all puppets.
Mm.
So by the time me, Innocent, the president of Uganda, be blaming the president of Kenya, at the end we look at our records and we are all puppets.
Yes, sir.
So there is no way they can come in and do this fucking shit. Yeah.
And me, I feel, well, let me go to the short
Mhm.
time.
Sure.
The president of Uganda, it is very funny. The problem that guy thinks
Mm.
he's the only one who can rule.
Mm.
Of course,
He,
he's
he
not gonna
feels
go.
like
You're right,
he feels
Reverend.
like everyone can't run
Mm.
the country. He thinks that
No,
we are too stupid.
he think
That's why
he
he's
just
even saying,
no. This is what he thinks, Maria. He knows he's a moron. He's gonna use that. Remember, he's poor. He's a refugee. So he was put in power by the Americans, and that's how he's able to gain wealth. From all these presidents be poor. Now they're all wealthy from stealing from the people, stealing from the country. That's why when you go check, I don't know what Museveni's even worth. Go pull up, say, ask Google, say, what is Museveni's net worth? I told you guys, Paul Kagame, $500 million. He ain't never built shit. He ain't invented shit. He ain't built shit. He hasn't created anything. So the hell is Paul Kagame being president of Rwanda worth $500 million? Because he's been stealing. So let's see,
mm,
pull up, ask Google, what's the net worth of Museveni at? And you know
yeah,
it's gonna be in the millions. He ain't never make shit. He ain't invent shit. He ain't founded nothing. He ain't built no manufacturing. That's why they don't want to leave power, Maria. Allow them to be poor, allow them to be rich. All these African despots are wealthy, like the Kenyatta
mm,
family from fucking Kenya. That fucking dumbass Jomo Kenyatta. That fucking sellout. The first president. That wicked ass moron who was poor. They made They made him rich. They set up. He was a Mau Mau. He didn't fight with the Mau Mau. He fought against. He was a fucking British spy. And now they got most Kenyans believe he's the father of the nation when he was a sellout. These are the facts of fucking Jomo Kenyatta. He worked against the freedom of Kenyan people. When they got free, they put it as their puppet as the first president. That's why they never got none of their land back in Kenya. Why the white man owns all these big farms in Kenya. Because they put their puppet in to make sure they would never get those lands back. And the people that fought, the Mama that fought the British, end up dying poor and never getting their land back. You see how that works? And you tell me
mm,
Jomo's now the father of Kenya. You out of your fucking mind. This traitorous ass nigga. You go learn the truth about this rabbit ass, no good bastard that they put in power. Of course, they made him rich. I think the Kenyatta's family now worth at least like $1 billion of stolen wealth from Kenya. They gave him. Remember they gave the Kenyatta family some shares in the milk producing like the milk and cheese industry in Kenya, and some other things. They set them. That's what they all do. All these presidents, Maria, they set them up. They give them money. So they do make sure they give them a little bit of money, so all the money goes to Europe, the majority of it. What is Mercedes net worth? I mean, I'm gonna look that shit up myself.
Well, it's saying 200 US dollars.
What it saying? What? 200 million?
200. Yes, 200.
Yeah, 200 million, Maria. What has he made? What has he built? What has he created, Maria? He's worth $200 million. He ain't never invented shit. To make money, Maria, you must create a business. You must have an invention. You must do manufacturing. You must do.
I told you 200 is
Now he ain't done shit but been a rebel.
Your Museveni net worth by 2023 is valued at 13 million US dollars.
So he's a man. So they're all millionaires. Damn, Kagame is even worse than Kagame worth $500 million. So Museveni's done less stealing. He stole, but he ain't stole. He might have been too stupid to steal a lot of money. Yeah, boy.
Is that all right?
he might have been, they might have fucked him out of a lot of deals for him being a puppet because he didn't understand, the paperwork and stuff, Maria. Cause I can't, he might be, he might be a dumbass. He is dumb, but he might be a dumbass puppet. They didn't con him out of his own damn money. God damn. God damn. Because he been in power longer than Kagame. You put Kagame's net worth, it's 500 million. Kagame been a little smarter. They couldn't cheat Kagame on those deals. Kagame said, oh. I know I'm your puppet. I'm gonna need more money right now than this. I'm gonna need more money. Now, if you look up what does the president of Uganda make, it won't justify the price of his wealth. So I'm interested. What's the annual salary of a Ugandan president? Let me see this. What's the annual salary? No, it ain't no $1 million for no poor country. I'm thinking this is the annual salary. What is the annual salary for the Ugandan presidency? What is the average salary? Damn, I don't know what that is. That's Ugandan shit. What's that? That's damn. His salary is nothing but $3,216 a year. How the fuck is he a millionaire? I told you. His average salary is only $3,000 a year. That's his salary for a year. $3,216 is his annual salary. Annual salary. So how the fuck is he a millionaire? Wow. Wow, this is crazy.
Still a comment here, Lando. Lando, thank you for joining us. Greetings to you. Lando says that the African continent is a case study of neo-colonialism at the highest level of white.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, Lando. Oppression and neo-colonialism never getting free. This is crazy. Average salary, god damn.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. So I gotta do is the annual salary. So they all been stealing. So you can't justify his wealth. You can't justify the wealth. You can't justify the wealth. Absolutely crazy. Let me see, what's the annual salary of fucking Rwanda? I'm curious. What's the average salary? This moron's got $500 million. What is the salary of the president of Rwanda annually? Okay, this is okay. So Uganda's got to be a little more than that. So Rwanda's is $85,000 a year, right? How is Kagame worth $500 million? $500 million. So let's say if I add his salary, he's been there for like 25 years. He probably wasn't making that much in the beginning. They probably raised the salary. Even if you say 85,000 times 20, that might be and that's say he never spent. Of course, he got to spend money to live, eat and buy, housing. That would only come up to maybe, what, $1.5 million over those 20 years of stealing, if that much. But he's worth $500 million. Where's the money come from? Where's the money coming from? The theft, that's why. So all these fucking prisons are all puppets. They never built shit. They never created shit. They never developed shit. But all of them are millionaires. How's that possible? It's not. It's not possible. The Africans are so stupid, they don't understand that. Well, what do you mean? That means he's been stealing from you, moron. They're not supposed to be rich. You understand that? They're paid, their salary doesn't allow them to be wealthy. They've been stealing from the people. They've been stealing from you. Millions of dollars stealing. You wonder why they puppets. You wonder why you ain't got roads. Why your lights don't work. Why your schools are fucked up. I got no clue why my schools are fucked up. Because that money went into your dumbass puppet's bank account. That's why. And it's funny, and they all got, and then they start studying these puppets, they all got offshore accounts. None of the money is in their country. None. I'm sure Museveni's money's not in Uganda. Kagame's money's not in fucking Rwanda. It's all on offshore accounts, and they all got houses either in France, England, or America every time. They all got houses in the places that put them in power. America, France, or England. They all got outside bank accounts. So they don't want to teach they don't want their people to have a real education, because then they overthrow their ass. And it's copy and paste. It's not just Uganda. This is Kenya, Tanzania. Tanzania now. It's going to be Tanzania now because John Magufuli died. Congo, Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Central African Republic, Ivory Coast, Angola, Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, Sierra Leone, fucking Liberia, Senegal, same shit, copy and paste. The African people live in squalor and poverty while these puppets steal them, rob them blind. Going on, it's a good business being a puppet. Most of them are stupid. They make millions of dollars being dumb. Now I deal Museveni's a millionaire. Museveni's a millionaire. You can't show me shit he built. It's morons a millionaire.
Being a president is a full-time job.
That's why they don't want to leave, Maria. That's why these puppets stay in power. They can't do nothing else. That's where the money that's allowed them to be millionaires and still. They don't want to go back and be impoverished with the rest of the African community. That's why these Africans never want to give up power. That's where they got their money from. All of them. Like Kagame's annual thing is $85,000 a year. And now he's worth $500 billion. Where'd that money come from? Can't say, well, I made investments. Well, investments in what? They got you $500 million. What are you talking about? Shit, sound crazy when your people only make $1 a day over in Rwanda. People in Rwanda don't even make shit. They make $1 a day over that bitch.
Yeah.
How the hell you got $500 million and somebody doing hard labor in Rwanda making $1 a day? What speech is that, Marie? Is that the one you're telling? He brought back the Indians. I brought back the Indians because these niggas were not good in building. I brought you back.
Mhm. Yeah, how he thought for us we don't know how to trade or what? That thing is like seriously. Has he not seen Ugandans who have shops? Has he not seen Ugandans who are doing business and they are doing business well? He should
It's
stop his
disrespectful.
attitudes.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm not even. I haven't. I'm an African. He said it was disrespectful. No other leader. You wouldn't find no Arab or no Indian saying no shit like that to his own people. They'll they'll get rid of his ass. You are you crazy? Yeah. Windy out here, boy.
Zisya olowooza.
Kiki tulo tulo. Twerabula kinjiri. Tutambudde n'obudde busobola okutwala. Area from Actually, so I feel like most of the African, most of the,
Morons.
I'm back there.
Morons.
So just really chilling. No, like I think most of the African leaders, like people always say that they work for their own stomach.
Mm,
Someone will, as they are coming in power, they promise heaven and earth.
mm,
And to some, when it comes to Uganda's politics, it is crazy how the African, the Museveni thinks that he's the only leader Uganda can ever have. You have been in power for something like 40 years,
mm.
and you are still saying you still have a lot to accomplish. What do you want to accomplish? The moment he's always interviewed, like, why doesn't he step down? He's like, I have a lot to accomplish. This is just the beginning. But this is just the beginning. There are a lot of things we need to do. We had a lot of plans as NRM. That's his party, by the way. Um, so he doesn't say when he's going to accomplish. Okay. So even if people will say we have accomplished emyaka makumi ana mangi, that is almost lifespan y'abantu abamu. Kyogamba enguudo is the most important thing to
You know,
accomplish.
you know very well that in Uganda, even when we are still here, when you see aeroplanes, you might say,
Naruga bye bye Museveni.
see you, Museveni.
Bye
We
bye
knew, we
nakwatako
knew.
yogayi mu ngalo nga ndi muto.
Yeah.
Naye munnange nze nno nzize no meeting abaserebu mu ngeri ewuunyisa. So yali azze waliwo gayi eyamuyambako omugole nti bamuyitanga oba kati yafa. Neze just twali tumanyi mwone nga tumuyita Apollo. Njabuuza maama ewaba Apollo bayitangawo batya. So guy ngazze ne kabaka wa Buganda yajjanga yeeyo. First time that king when he came, when alanga abantu balwati bamukkiriza kulaba kabaka nga banyega ebintu ebigombanga batya. But for that guy yayitawo najja nampa n'omukono bw'ati yayitangawo ng'abuuza abantu nga one or two minutes. Bannange olunaku nagenda bweti nga Museveni yankutte mu ngalo. So this guy for him, he thinks, I think this is the problem. These people get so thirsty. It's like when you have a job and tomorrow you are afraid of losing that job. But what they have stolen is enough to sustain them for a lifetime. And when they get to on power, they don't want to let go. They fear to lose that income over. They fear to lose. I think it's more than a job to them. And then secondly, they know the crimes they have committed. They are so scared of someone else being leading them. Because they have been in power for a long time. Or me to step down to be ruled by someone else, I rather die. But you are not CHC, we are turning on. So I think those are the issues a lot of African leaders are having. Ooh.
And that actually has created should I call it bad legacy among all African leaders over time. Whoever gets power in Africa doesn't want to give in. Whoever comes into power at any position in Africa doesn't want to leave power. No matter no matter MPs, no matter what leaders at any level in Africa, they don't want to leave power because it is a legacy which has been created over time that African presidents don't leave power. Reason being, there is something these presidents look at besides the Western democracy. Whenever they come to power, they want to rule as kings, monarchical kings. They don't want to leave power like your term limit ends. There is a time when they asked the president of Uganda to leave. So much people of my tribe, they were so demanding, as if the country actually has only my tribe.
Mm.
They were demanding, they were like, you have to go, you have spent a lot of time in power, you have done nothing. That's how people are. Okay, yes, it has done something. Not much, but something. So,
Mm.
but you have to leave power. You have to, was like, has ever your king ever left power?
That's
So,
what he asked.
yeah, so he wanted to bring himself to a level of a king, because
Mm.
a king doesn't live unless he dies.
Mm.
And even when he dies, there is that hierarchy, that hereditary thing that
Mm.
comes in. So no matter why, some people say, some people have actually, some political analysts are saying that his son is coming to power. He's the next president if we are not so serious.
Mm-hmm.
Chitege.
Mm.
So he's putting himself to the level of a king, and that is Africa, not in Uganda. Very many
Mm.
African countries we have seen this. Even those countries that seem to be having too much democracy, go to Kenya. You see that we saw one president coming over and over and over, and he
Mm.
was winning.
Mm.
Okay. So it is
Mm.
not only in Uganda where we have had one face since, but very many African countries. And the other thing why these people, they don't want to leave power,
Mm.
besides the crimes they have made,
Mm.
these people have signed they have signed big contracts with the Western people.
Mm.
For my guess, these contracts have not ended yet. That's why there is no way they can leave.
No, some of their contracts have ended.
Mm,
That's why you see the contract with the government of Uganda and the US has actually ended.
mm,
So the government of Uganda is trying to look for new relationships.
mm,
That's why it is involving a lot with Russia and China. So it is dumping the US, and that's why US is going to be on Uganda's case, because now the government of Uganda is no longer working for them. Once again, so then they are getting new associates,
mm,
and they're involving now a lot with Russia and China.
mm,
So usually when these people try to of course break away from
mm,
whatever deals they made, that's how we see other countries coming, because Uganda, the issues that for example, the issues that US is trying to of course put on Uganda have been happening for a very long time. For a very long time, human rights activists have been demonstrating about Uganda, of course, defiling the rights the human rights and stuff. A lot of things have been going on, but US had never come out to condemn. I will remember the time when, of course, Barack Obama wanted Uganda to agree with the homosexual bills, with AFRIAN and stuff. They thought probably that dude was just threatening, so they were cheat, and at the end, so these people, whenever they, so I must remember the days of guy was Zimbabwe.
that is Mugabe.
Robert Mugabe also used to hate the Americans a lot after he was used by these doors. Check it out. And when they get into power, they feel like they are strong, that they don't want to be used. They feel like if I run the entire army, if I run the entire, government, so you cannot comply with whatever it is. And Katibari, whenever they see that you're trying to turn your back on them, they create another puppet.
Mm,
Yeah, and usually, like we said last time, when they create that puppet, back to the red, they say, if you dare touch so and so, you will see our wrath.
mm,
And that's why we see most of the oppositions are untouchable when it comes to Africa's politics. They say, okay, fine, we shall not touch them. And they're like, we want a free. By the way, like Bobby Wine like has that stamp on him. Will calm down. Maybe you rest a little.
Ah,
Hmm?
oh my
Can you
God.
imagine? So
He's a ghost.
you see that Bob Wine attempt is untouchable. According to Minji, Kwata because they know the moment they try to catch Bobby Wine, it's going to be another saga. So guys, uh,
I used to ask myself, where do these people get the guts? Where do these people get the money to support these opposition, political party?
mm,
Where does that money come from?
Yes, but
Yes, we talk about
sounded a bit.
corruption in Uganda, we talk about high taxes in Uganda, but we don't look at, we leave alone the money these people are using to support these political parties,
mm,
alongside what people are going through,
mm,
alongside the people that spend nights, that spend days, weeks without eating,
mm.
forgetting about the street kids on forgetting about the whole. There is something some people say that this guy Bobby Wine is Mokodo.
That
Mm.
lady said, that lady in Uganda says that she called, she said I was a no good, I was no good Somali pirate or something. She called. Shut up talking about Bobby Wine.
Mm.
How dare you talk about Bobby Wine? I said, ma'am, he's a puppet. He's another grown
Mm.
puppet. No, you don't got the you don't got the right to talk about Bobby Wine to me. Okay, lady. All right, calm down. Marie was right. This lady's crazy.
They don't make her.
Sam.
No, but somebody will
And the guy, you will never see him involving in things that help Ugandans.
Mm,
People are going through a lot. He
mm,
will never come out.
mm.
You will only and only see him in things that are creating
Chaos,
commotions and chaos.
commotions. Mm.
Yeah, you'll never
You
see
guys,
him in.
let me ask you guys a question. What has Bobby Wine even done for the people? What has he done? What has he built? What has he done? Has he
Well,
done
apart
anything?
from killing,
Huh?
he has not done anything apart from killing. By the way, he's and
Even
Bobi was a
even
friend to Muhozi.
to
Too very close. He
that
was the one who
family,
was doing
that
dirty
family,
jobs,
that family,
killing, murdering
that
shit, that
family,
dude.
yeah, that family. He was so close to that family. You even
Mm,
see him with genocide.
mm.
They were
He
friends.
was so close to the current the son to the president, and he's the one who used to do their dirty jobs. That
Mm,
guy you see. But one is let me even not talk about that dude. But if you start mentioning that guy could murder, kill, like assassinate
mm,
people, assassinating like real people. They take he has a beach. Do you know how many people have lost their lives on that beach? They take the person doesn't come back. They come alone in the boat. Ngomuntu alazewa. After killing that person, ngawamusula amazzi.
Mutegeke ejjinja.
They throw that person in the water. Yeah. And there is one guy like who ran away. He decided to run after I think they used to do shows. The son, Olava, the son to the president, that Moses is like a showbiz guy. He likes going out drinking shit. So he's so much involved himself in the showbiz promotion, promoting artists, stuff like that. Let me not talk about that shit.
So, so I was saying that you will never and never see him like coming out like maybe to raise funds. There is something that, but the guy is rich,
And the
super
funniest thing,
rich.
he's rich. Let me tell you, there is what I'm saying. bakwata nesene mu Kampala muno.
Mm.
He was known for that. And he was exploiting young people. Nga he would get a lot. First, he was a cartel. Dude was a cartel. First of all, he wasn't a ghetto boy like the world shows, CNN, whatever, trying to show he's from the ghetto. He was never from the ghetto. He grew up from a political family. His father was from the Democratic Party.
Mm.
His dad had money. He comes
Oh,
from a
oh,
polygamous
so the
family.
so the so the ghetto boy is a lie made up, Maria.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
You know, he says,
He
he says,
was
I'm
the
a ghetto
only
boy.
No, he only involved in a ghetto. He was a cartel. You understand? He was a cartel. He always had these young boys who were dealing, help him sell drugs. You see, in the
Mm,
ghetto areas, he had young
wow.
children. He was giving drugs to sell. So that's his
Yep.
involvement.
Hold on, hold on. We talking about Bobby Wine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Okay, because I know. Wow, I know he was selling drugs. I know. I'm a poor ghetto boy. Grew up in the ghetto. That's what. It's all a made
He
up story.
wasn't. Nah, he wasn't.
Wow.
His entire family,
And
they are not poor.
throughout the ghetto history,
Mm,
I've looked into ghetto people, like to see a ghetto. I know ghetto.
mm,
I've never lived in ghetto, but I've never seen a youth of 24 driving in ghetto.
mm.
Ghetto, maybe ghettos for outside Africa, but African ghettos, you see a youth driving at 24.
No, if because now remember, those are the people who they run the ghetto. There is a difference of you running a ghetto when you are not in a ghetto.
Let me tell
Now
you
that
this.
was the
Let me tell
guy.
you, there are even other people that were at the same level with that guy who are in real ghetto and still poor.
They are still in the ghetto. You know.
They are still in ghetto. Most of them are even mad.
Yakwata yakwata ngensenene and ekisooka yakwata ngensenene. Hmm? That guy is a very rough man. People who don't know Bob Wine actually don't get to know this guy. And that's why you see he has a lot of young people who follow him. His convoys are made of people who swear because they have a cult in the ghetto. You swear before they recruit you in their cult. There are a lot of it's like a cult oath that is done. You are even willing to die for your boss.
Mm,
He had created a lot of branches of ghettos. One in the northern in Arua. He has one. Can you imagine? Before
mm,
even he became a politician. But what would they do? Whenever there are concerts, he gets his gangs. The things those people will do is to steal. They snatch phones, they steal what expensive stuff, watches, they break car windows and steal stuff. He was the leader. You understand?
mm,
So he knew the ghetto thing. So he had to build a house around. He had to build a small house around there. And his brother put no, they were renting in that house. And his brother put of course a club around there. But that club, he also put another club. But those clubs were not only for music, but they were drug dealing clubs. They would put some tangible stuff like clubs, and people will think people are coming to do music when people are coming to buy and sell real drugs. Forget this weed, real cocaine.
mm,
See, to the point that the guy, his mind told him it is okay for you to take cocaine, whether in the presence of the public, yet it was not allowed in Uganda. You could even see from all his videos, he was not afraid. He was not afraid to do drugs, he would smoke and stuff like that all the time. So he was never a ghetto boy. He has never gone through things people go through. He grew up in a privileged family, first of all. So there is no way you can tell me a story. You cannot tell me shit.
still,
He has never experienced what people have.
I'll ask you, how many ghetto youths do you know that are going in for you for school, for university, high school, and go back to ghetto? How many have you seen here in Uganda? Maybe the ghettos that are outside Uganda.
I've not seen
Oh,
ghettos.
okay.
I've not
All
seen.
ghettos that outside Africa. Like I've ever been for in those areas for some time. There are people, even the youngest kid, the infant, the youngest kid, they don't care about any shit, education, or
I think my guy had
all
designed
they
in
have to
Banya
do,
of ghetto financial.
you wake up and do ghetto stuff.
Just make sure I get money.
And they're peaceful people. I tell you, people from ghetto.
Anti babeefaako bokka tebafa kushiitirwa wano.
Hey,
N'abamu babbi.
hmm?
Tebali peaceful abamu babbi.
Those are the people. Those are the babeera outside ghetto. Everybody babeera ddala mu ghetto. Even if you steal, they discipline you. Ghetto has rules.
Kati ky'ogamba yateekanga disipulini mu bantu.
Hmm?
Yateekanga disipulini mu bantu.
Mulimu
Kati ye yali akulira ghetto.
mulimu they can come
Ntera okwolesa.
they can come like during the day, like at 1 in the noon. They come and steal everything.
And they take to their boss.
And the police is near. I was once told that ghetto, like those gangsters from that place, they shift, they go to a different area, then the other people come to this area, the gangster from the other area, because they are always connected. The leader is the one. They are saying them now go to a certain place, then the other ones come this side, and vice versa. So there's no way you can tell me that the guy went to university from a ghetto. However much he was a hustler, he used to do a lot of stuff. His brains used to think like
Anti olaba
what,
mukazi we taata w'ono ne ssezaala we bali mu political party emu.
can you imagine?
So kati omukazi it's like byaliwo family connection. Naye ekintu ekyaleeta obuzibu, like when they used to go to those political parties, nga bano balina olulokole ng'ono muyaaye nga bamulaba ng'omuyaaye, but bwe baabeeranga awo. Keith, do you know that Bobi Wine's wife is a Mnyarwanda?
Say Bible man does what? What does he do?
Is a Tutsi.
You sure he's a Tootsie? Whoa, hold on. I thought his wife is a Tootsie, not him. He's not a Tootsie, his wife is. Because that lady went crazy. That lady wouldn't support him, he's a Tootsie. He's a Bantu, but his wife, I heard his wife is a Tootsie.
Well, he is.
No, Maria, no way. That lady, no, Maria. LA, Uganda. LA, Uganda. No, he's not no Tootsie. I know,
And by the way, apparently the woman now speaks
She now speaks
Kinyarwanda.
it very proudly.
She speaks Kinyarwanda proudly on TikTok videos.
Everywhere. She's
proud
not afraid
Kinyarwanda,
anymore
yeah.
of saying that.
that lady wouldn't be supportive if he was a Tootsie. I know that for sure. That Uganda lady, she didn't send me something today. about some Tootsie lady talking crazy about Ugandans and saying you're all dogs and y'all need to be killed. And we got young Tootsie men waiting for you weak ass Bantu niggas in Uganda and Rwanda. Like, damn, it's the most wretched. I'll send it to you. I hope. Damn, I didn't save it. Yeah, dude, I can still send it because she sent it to me. I think
So, is it?
I'll send it to your TikTok page when I get a chance. I'll send it to your TikTok account, Maria.
Mm-hmm. So, was it again? Maybe. What was it? Because I can't. Yes, got it. Ah. And again, I see the little Sorry. So that's what I
So the stupid Ugandans who can't assess and see what's going on in Ugandan politics. Those are the people that are still, whenever they see some of these presidents, they raise their asses because they are ignorant. They are ignorant. They don't know about what's going on. What is going on? They really don't know what's going on with these people. And Bobby Wayne knows this. Ochitegeera, they want Banyarwandans to be everywhere.
nayo naye aliyuzd tegera negwala mutambula wesiringa ambadde ebyabakazi
Yeetereeze olina enamba yenna ekipale and that is another form of self-hatred. Tribalism has kept Africans confused to the core. One of the greatest hindrances of the continent to date, your oppressor uses it against you. Hey. Yeah.
tekyogerako nakinyonyola okuzamu nyonyola nyamba
I love more. Look at the music of Sumbo Jiwa Mama. I don't know many because
Exactly. Explain on Lando's comment. Where
of course there is no way like all tribes can be at the same level in African countries because different tribes in African countries they have been built according to different ideas and ideologies and understand. So different tribes in Africa have been built on different ideologies and understanding. So of course, for these tribes to be tribes, they have to make other tribes to be inferior, other tribes to be stupid, other tribes to be more exposed. Yeah, because boy, tekika kukumiza
koziyita za nyangu
kale ng'osiiwe ojjako ng'osiiwe
I'd explaining ya Lando ziyita
amazzi mani nkyagenda
yogera.
So, if at all the basis of religion is based on disunity, is based on making another tribe to be privileged compared to other tribes, there is no way African leaders are going to love each other. Actually, even it would be easy and fine for Africans to marry for whatever African person they want or wherever African community.
Mm.
But when you see, according to the leagues that has been created by these people, if you
Mm.
go in for a Rwanda in Uganda, people will be like, because there are certain things people know about Banyarwanda.
Mm.
Actually, like, there are certain theories people know about Banyarwanda.
Mm.
Uh,
Every tribe in Africa has a backward history that doesn't promote the African beyond the religious beliefs of those tribes.
mm, mm, tugera tugende
Mm.
kanzigeko giko.
Ajagamba tukigyeka tulaba nga tulilawoozi. Kanti kuba at the end, one tribe eraga others are good, others are bad. So I think it's talking about religious beliefs of those tribes. Nga waba takubyejja.
And there are tribes we know about, like in Africa, that want to dominate the entire continent.
Mm.
They want to rule the entire continent. They want to be everywhere in
And
every
that's true.
part of, yeah,
Mm.
of
What what
Africa.
Central what Central's saying is true,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the Tutsi tribe.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, Agame like the Tutsi tribe.
Mm.
I think they want to dominate like the entire East Africa. And
Yeah.
that's why we are seeing, that's why we are seeing like in Uganda, most of
Get out to try to cook.
the prominent,
King.
yeah, most of the prominent people, for example, the kings, they are marrying Tutsi women.
Exactly.
And the funniest thing is these women they are marrying, they are military women, they are soldiers.
Recently, we
Wow.
had a
They are not
barren.
normal women. So why are the kings
Wow.
marrying soldiers? And these women, they marry these women on gunpoint, and the world is not seeing that. They tell you you have to marry her or we throw you, we dethrone you.
Wow.
You have to marry this Tutsi woman, or you tomorrow you're not going to be the king. We are putting another person. So these people, some of them even have women who have children, but they end up leaving the women and marrying these soldiers on gunpoint. We have seen throughout all the kings, by the all the kings in Uganda are being, and at the end you see that the
Wow.
kings are living
That what they
are very,
that what they try to do in the Congo. So I know you're not telling the I know you're not telling a lie, because whenever Museveni and Kagame was going into the Congo back in the mid 2000s, like 2006, 2007, they tried to get the Congolese president to put a bunch of Tutsis in his cabinet and let them rule part of Congo so it'd be easy stealing for the Europeans. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. They said, okay, then we're going to come in and overthrow your ass. So that's when he had to run down to talk to Mugabe in South Africa and Angola. Angola's the big dog. Angola still had that good military that's been destroying that. Goes that you're not coming in here overthrowing no Congo. We're not putting no Tutsis in power either. So they told Kagame and Museveni that. And if you want to go to war, we're going to remove both you niggas from power. That's what Angola told Museveni and Kagame. We'll remove both you niggas. We'll remove you from power. So, I don't know what happened between then and now. But Africans are not saying that now. But that's why I take on Tootsie with me. That's why Bobby Wine. When you told me Bobby Wine's wife was a Tootsie, I tried to tell her, listen, hey, he's married, he's married to a Tootsie lady.
Alanda
And
says that
even
in antiquity, the Africans practiced one culture throughout the continent until invaders broke up that cultural centerness.
and by the
No,
way, besides,
you got to understand the Tutsi culture, Lando. You don't know enough. The Tutsis feel like they're superior to other Africans. They feel they got the right to rule East Africa, and they'll do it by force.
mm, and by the way, besides all that, recently, you know that the king, the prince, sorry, the prince of Buganda, one of the kings there in Uganda, he was in Rwanda burying her mom,
Mm.
and the guy was speaking Kinyarwanda very well. This is uh, the guy was speaking Tutsi language very well, and
Mm.
then
When these people came, when
mm,
these people started waging a war, a political war
mm,
throughout East Africa, they left their seeds behind. You see this thing of saying again,
mm,
Chechali one. And they are doing this tactically. In our home area, at a certain time, there is a place where there are two seas. And how did this happen? The president, this is why me, I don't doubt the fact that this guy is a Tutsi.
mm,
He came and asked men,
mm,
he said, each man who is going to marry a Tutsi woman
mm,
is going to be given 25 iron sheets to start constructing a house. If you say now I'm marrying this Tutsi woman,
mm,
you go to the RDC, that's the district residential
mm.
commander,
Commissioner.
commissioner. You reach at the district residential commissioner
Mm.
with your Tutsi woman, and you have traditional marriage,
Damn.
you have a certificate. They will give you 25 iron sheets and building materials. So men started running for these Tutsi women because they came in that package. Until women around the area said, you must be joking. You don't joke with people. Hey, they started hunting the Tutsi women. That man loaded the Tutsi women on the bus, like 12 buses in a day. They started pouring them in our area. You think these people are a joke? There are things that people look at and they think they are just minor things. Take a tea. They went and there is a place called Kijunju.
Mm.
They are mobbed. The president gave them cattle, tebazimba. Until abakazi baja mu kwekalakasa, their mothers stopped their sons from marrying two women. They say, if you marry, we are going to, disown you stuff. Paka kati bakyali eyo bazunga n'ensi. Abakazi bagamba osaaga. Abakazi beekubira omulanga ne beekolamu omulimu gwe. But the president had given many offer. If you marry a Tutsi woman, you get iron sheets, 25 iron sheets. Do you know how big that house is going to be? 25 iron sheets with some constructing materials, But why? Yet that very place still had women who are not married. Omuntu gw'owasa bali abantu balimi tamanyi na kutema nkumbi. Kitegeera kugumaza abantu tosobola kino si kwogera bubi tosobola kuwasa mukazi byalwandogeraako ne bukyuka mpozi ng'olina ssente nnyingi nnyo ng'ogenda mutuuzaawo nga kimuli kuba n'abaana tasobola bakusa. Now that is how weird those people are.
ddala bw'okyonga bayinza okulowooza nti tugenda kikuba ssaawa nnya n'aswalira wano.
I know that, kid, but my point is that Africans of today practice a foreign culture based on colonialism. Every woman in Africa wants to look like their invaders' women. Exactly. And on top of it, we're going to having tomorrow. But well, guys, allow us end this show from here. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us throughout this time. Lando, Jibjaba, Robert Williams.
At 12 o'clock. Lissetto ain't got to go a long way to go home.
Yeah, but we are waiting for our grocery because You know, so it's so sad. We are waiting for our groceries. I'm not seeing the phone beeping.
I forgot. I'll send it later.
Huh?
I said, you guys wasn't online. I'll send it. I'll send it later. Well, I'll send them when I'm able to stop and send it. Can you
Okay.
hear me? I'll send it.
Yes.
I send it. Yeah, I'll probably send it by tomorrow.
Okay. All right. We shall be glad. Ayangala kutukula njengoba Yesu. Anejaba sijabule kujambula bisapaka. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with us.
All right, guys.
Uh,
Have a good night.
all right.
You
Good
checking,
night. See you. See
you
you.
checking your phone for your groceries. Once you guys go buy some groceries. I don't want Seth to be too damn skinny. Make sure you give him a lot of popcorn this time, Maria.
Yeah, we shall. We shall. We shall. Anyway. Thank you
All right,
so
good
much,
night, guys.
Yanko, Jibjaba, Robert Williams.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Shaku Shaka. Sakofa.
Sankosa.
Sankosa. Sankompangsan.
Yeah.
Wonderful
That the
name,
guy came
man.
like he came in our inbox before he came like
I don't know, Jenna Mosquito. But I thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. It has been a pleasure having you here tonight. It's me, Africa Maria, with my colleague, INNOSSETU,
to
giving you right till tomorrow. And a good morning. Ciao, ciao.